Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Chris and welcome to LinuxTechGeek. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out a front end for Git called Lazygit. Now, Lazygit is a ncurses front end for Git, and I think this project is really neat because it allows the standard user to incorporate Git in their workflow and everything without fully having to type out each and every command, right? Because Git is a very complicated program. It's massive, okay? And it's massive even for me, and I've used Git a lot. And I can't, even myself, I can't remember every single little command. So Lazygit, what's cool about Lazygit is it's a ncurses front end, or almost like a GUI front end, so that way you can get your work done. And I saw this project a while back. I was going to make a video about it a long time ago, but I completely forgot. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you guys how to install Lazygit here on Gentoo, or how I installed Lazygit here on Gentoo. We're going to check out the GitHub, and really, I'm not going to be going over the advanced features in this video. I'm not going to be going over some of the unique stuff that you can do with Lazygit. There is a YouTube video that shows like 15 different cool things that you can use with Lazygit. We're really not going to be covering that in today's video. This is going to be like a basic introductory video, just showing you guys the basic stuff that you can do with Lazygit. Because I know a lot of you guys, you're not programmers, you don't care about some of the broader stuff that you can do. You just want the basics, right? So that's what we're going to cover in today's video. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the desktop, and let's get started. So we get over to the desktop here, and let's go ahead and pull up the Lazygit website. They do have a GitHub right here. So if you just type in Lazygit on Google, it'll be the first GitHub page that pulls up. Really neat about their site, they have this little GIF image showing some of the things that Lazygit can do. Pretty cool. Shows all the sponsors and everyone who sponsor the project. That's really nice. And then it goes over some of the tutorials. How to install Lazygit and all of that stuff. So really, I'm going to show you guys how I got this installed. Now, here's that video I was telling you about, 15 Lazygit features. You can watch that video if you want to. I personally didn't, but I'm probably going to after I make this video. But right here, if you're on Arch Linux, of course, you can do a Pacman S Lazygit. Fedora has it. Looks like in their Copper repositories. Ubuntu, you got to do a couple of different things here. They even have it in Ubuntu. Gentoo, however, so this is pretty funny. This didn't work. I got the repository, the Kova repository enabled. That worked. I synced the repository. That worked. But then when I went to install the actual e-build of Lazygit, it didn't want to build. Now, I don't know why. You do need Go installed if you're going to install this manually. And I already had Go installed, I guess, from previous applications and stuff. So that really wasn't a big issue, but I don't know why. I do not know why this didn't work. Now, I didn't try to do this. I did not try to download the e-build and install it manually. I just, all I did was I git clone the repository, and I used Go, the Go installer, to install Lazygit for me. But you can see it's on different platforms, right? Different Linux distros. It's even on BSD. I think Windows has it, and all that stuff. So pretty self-explanatory. Now let's go ahead and flip over to the terminal here, and I'll show you guys exactly how I actually installed this. Let me clear. So I put all of my Git clone stuff. I put it in documents, and then we can do Lazygit. And all I did was I did go install, and it installed the binary for me. Okay, so it did work. I didn't have any issues or anything like that. Now after it installed, I have all of my my Go binaries. They go in this Go directory right here. That's in my home folder. Eventually, I'm going to change this, but I haven't gotten around to it. So if you go to your, so if you can't find it, check your Go, where your Go folder is, because and it should probably be by default in your home directory. And then we can check the we can do an ls right there, so we can check the bin, and it's in bin. It's right here, Lazygit. And all I did too was right now I was using fish. I don't have it set up for fish, but in ZSH, what I did is I put the Go bin path. I put it in my ZSH path, so now I can be anywhere and just type in Lazygit. Okay, so let's fire up Lazygit here. And when you fire it up first, it's going to say, not in a Git repository. Do I want to create a new Git repository? Well, in this case, I'm going to say no, but we're going to mess around with this. Okay, and this is what pulls up. Now, what's kind of cool is that it can remember recent repositories and stuff like that. That's pretty neat, right? So the arrow keys work. If you want to know the key bindings, you can do a question mark, and then it will pull up this little dialog box right here, and it'll show you all of the quick keys and the key binds and everything to get everything up and running. Nice too, it has a little commit window, and it shows you your local branches, all the files, status, everything that you would, you would think that you would get with using Git. And then of course you have the diff changes and everything like that. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to quit this, and let's make a test directory. So I'm going to do make dir, and I'm going to call it test. Let's get into that test directory, and I'm going to do Lazygit again. And then when it asks me, do I want to create a new Git repository, I'm just going to say yes. All right, branch name. Leave empty for Git's default. I think the branch name is, they don't like to use master anymore. I think it's what, main? I think it's main. I would have to double check that. I'm pretty sure it's main. It used to be master and slave, but they got away from using those terms. But anyway, so we have the working tree and everything like that, and now if we quit it and we fire it up again, you will see at the very top here that it shows you which branch you're in, the status, everything like that. Well, this doesn't really do anything, right? Because we don't have any files in here. We don't have any changes or anything like that. So let's go ahead and quit that, and then let's, I don't know, we'll do touch, we'll just say blah, right? And then do Lazygit, and then we can see blah is right there, right? That's one of the files that's in this folder, right? Or in this Git repository that we made. So what can we do with this? Well, we can add it. So let's figure out how to add it to the local here. Okay, so we can do trying to see the commands. I'm pretty sure that's all the commit stuff. Stage, unstage, all. probably A. Okay, it is A. So we just added it. Okay, and now it's added, right? So now what can we do? Well, we could commit it if we wanted to, right? We could commit the change, and that is C. Okay, so we can do a C on that. And then we can even write a message right here, So commits, I'll just say added blah file, right? It don't matter. Or commit summary. If you want to know how I'm switching back and forth like that, it is the tab key, right? So right here, hit enter, right? I don't know how to. Did I commit that? I'm still learning the keybinds. Okay, we set it. Let's commit it. Okay, you had it hit enter. Okay, that was my fault. Okay, but now you can see at the very bottom here, you can see the commit message. You can even see the patch notes and everything like that. So you can see my name, add a new file, blah blah blah. You can see the difference, and then it's got all these different cool features, man. I'm digging this so far. I love ncurses applications because when I started using Linux back in the day, you had your GUI applications and stuff like that. But if you wanted to do some of the really cool stuff, ncurses and the command line is where you did all that. So yeah, I like that. So let's go to files here. Now I'm not gonna make a new repository. Well, actually, I may put this on the my GitLab. Don't know yet. All right, but you can see pretty much we added a new file. It's in our repository, right? If we wanted to push this to GitLab, GitHub, we could push it right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and I want to see if I can send this to my GitLab super fast. I may have to get on the website and actually create the repository on there, but never hurts to try something, right? So we should be able to just push, right? How do you push? Push with the capital P. Okay. Push. Origin name, main. Okay. Could not read from remote repository. Make sure you have the correct SS rights. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to create that actual repository on the GitLab, it looks like. Okay, so I got it working. What I did was I hopped on the GitLab website and I made a new repository on there, cloned it and everything, and then I added that .blah file that we added a few minutes ago. I committed those changes and I pushed them to the GitLab website. Took a second because I couldn't figure out what was going on for a minute, but it did work. And then the weird thing is right here, though. Let me hide my big head here. You see this? You see where it says the provided password token is incorrect, blah, 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 two-factor authentication. You guys may know about two-factor authentication on GitHub. I don't know if GitLab is starting to make you do that, that two-factor authentication or not. What's weird is I just pushed everything, right? And I pushed it with Lazygit. I didn't use the regular Git. We checked the website or the GitHub link here, and it worked. So I don't know why it's kind of complaining about two-factor authentication. It shouldn't be. I mean, I'm logged into both of them here, but I'll check my GitLab later. I may have something set in GitLab. I'm not sure. I ain't played around with it recently, so something to kind of be aware of. But like I said, it does work the way that it should. In fact, if we look at the commits and everything like that, then we get all of the things that it did, right? Which is pretty neat. Another neat thing too is that you can actually use your mouse in these little windows. That's kind of cool. Now, I probably wouldn't use that. I would probably just still, use the keyboard and all that stuff. But if you did want to use the mouse, you could do that. So now we have a file. We have it on the GitHub and everything like that. All the branches and everything is up to date. So, let's make a change to this file, right? So we can do vim blah, and I'll just add this is a new testing with Lazygit. All right. Right click that, pop it back in Lazygit, and now you can see the unstaged changes right here immediately in our working tree right here. Right, so this is the difference, right, between excuse me, between the old file and the new file, and it shows it up immediately. So this gives you a nice visual of, hey, this is the changes that we've made, and everything is in a central kind of like location. I really like this. Okay, so what we could do is, of course, we can add it, right? Just go to our files here. If it's going to, okay, it's saved it. Never mind. I think it's trying to log in still. So there is there's a configuration file for this. I don't have it configured, like I said. Okay, the configuration file, what it's probably trying to do at the very bottom here, it's probably trying to log in to GitLab. That's what I'm suspecting that it's trying to do right now. That way it keeps everything nice and up to date. But I do need to check out that two-factor authentication and figure out why it's still complaining. But regardless, if we wanted to push the change again, right, we could, we can make a commit message. So we'll just say new blah file, and then say blah file update, and then new blah file contains info, right? And then we can of course, we can push it. It's gonna ask us for the username, password. The password field, I'm gonna admit, this is a little weird. I don't know if it's because of the way that ncurses work and everything, but it's really hard to tell what you've typed, right? Because my password for my GitLab is like 12 characters long, and you can see that this is like 50 characters. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the password field. Must use a personal access token instead of a password. Okay, I know what's going on. So GitLab, so essentially GitLab and GitHub is starting to make you use a SSH token to authenticate and stuff with the service. So that's probably what it's complaining about right there. But it should have still pushed it. Let's check the website. Should have still pushed it. All right, no, it's empty. Okay, it's empty. It pushed it a minute ago. I don't know why it's not. Pushed it that time, and it pushed it no problem. So I don't know. I don't think it's not the app. Okay, it's yeah. So here it is. It's not the app. What's going on is a while back, GitLab and GitHub started making you use the SSH token to log in and to push anything up on GitHub. Okay. Looks like GitLab is starting to make people do kind of the same exact thing. Now, it's smart to do that, okay? And for whatever reason, I just haven't set it up here on GitLab yet, which I'm going to. But that's the reason Lazygit is, you can see, it's still complaining about this access 2FA enabled token or whatever. But yeah, it still works. So just be aware that if you haven't set up a SSH token, the Lazygit, the panel and the log down here is going to bitch and complain until you get that set up. Okay, so now that you've you've kind of seen how this works, right? Like this works the exact same way. All you would do, if you wanted to add more files. If you wanted to, you can do other stuff too. Like you can delete a commit, okay? You can edit a commit, okay? You can do all these different things inside of Lazygit that you could do with Git. Now, like I said in the intro, I am not like a Git guru, okay? I do like 10 things with Git. I might do 10 things with Git. Other than that, I don't do anything else, okay? I clone, I push, I pull. It's kind of really it. I add stuff to my repositories. That's as far as I use Git, okay? And every once in a while, I'll change branches if I'm working on something. But other than that, I don't use the stuff that a lot of programmers might use with it, okay? But this is a great application, like I said. If you guys are starting to get into using Git, and you're maybe you're nervous about the documentation, or you're nervous about the reading like the big man page, and you're tired of Googling every single command that you need to remember in order to use it, check out Lazygit. Now, I do want to thank you guys for watching this episode. Leave me a like and a comment down below if you guys got any sort of value in this video. I do apologize that I didn't cover some of the more advanced stuff. We will check out Lazygit again once I kind of play around with it and get more familiar with it. Honestly, this is the first time I've even looked at it, okay? I just wanted to make a video on it because I know some of you guys, it could benefit some of you guys, right? Also, I do want to apologize for the lack of content, okay? It's the holidays. I work retail, guys. That is my full-time job. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, okay? As much as I want to be, I'm not. I have to have a full-time job in order to survive, right? And I work retail. And if you guys have ever worked retail around Christmas or around the holidays, you guys fully know what the hell I'm talking about when I say that I'm working, right? At my job currently, they're making pretty much everyone work 60-hour weeks. Okay, so have been working. I've been doing some other things when I've had some off time, and of course I got to spend time with my wife, and got to maintain the house and everything. So it's yeah, it's just a lot of work. But we will be making content as soon as kind of the holidays ease up a little bit, or they ease up a little bit at work. I do want to go back and I do want to fix the VIFM configuration file. We still need to do another live on that. And yeah, I should be posting. I might not be able to make a video every 2 or 3 days, but I should be able to get one at least out about once a week right now. I should be able to squeeze that in. All right, so I do want to thank you guys, and yeah, until next time, you guys take care, be safe, and peace. Bye, guys.